What's good, y'all? Quick message for y'all, real quick, before I start my day. I'm at work and I'm just sitting here in the car, like I'm about to be in a storm today. You know what I'm saying? It's about to be rainy. I'm about to get drenched, but it's all good. It comes with my job. But as I'm sitting here thinking about the storm and this rain, I just got to thinking about, the storms that we have in our life, whether it be, financially, or, we might be dealing with health issues, or you might have found out you've been betrayed, or whatever the case may be in your life, whatever storm you're dealing with in your life. I want y'all to understand and think about it for a minute. I want you to understand that you have power in your tongue. In our lives, we give life to the things that we go through in two different ways. You give life to your storm in a negative way by what you speak, by how you feel, by what you think, your perspective on things. You give it life in a negative way by that, but you also can give it life in a positive way by speaking against it. You have more than enough power in you. And you have more than enough power when you speak to command any of your storms to go away. To command to let the storm know. You got to speak to the storm sometimes. And it sounds silly at first. It sounds crazy at first. And when you do it, you know what I mean? You be thinking like, dang, people gonna think I'm crazy, and but when you've been through enough shit in your life, you get to a point where, you get tired, you be tired, and you be drained from all the years of things that you've been through in your life. You get to a point where you do not care what people think. You know what I'm saying? You really get to a point. That's what I'm learning as I'm getting older. I'm about to be 36 in a second. As I'm getting older, I'm learning that as I'm living my life, one of the most important things to me is how I'm feeling, or what I gotta do to get through, the rest of my years. You know what I'm saying? What is it that I have to learn? What is it that I have to do to get through anything that I may be facing in my life? You know what I'm saying? And at that point, you get to a point where you just don't care what people think. But you have more than enough power in your tongue to speak life into your storm in a positive way. You can command it to leave. You can command it to stop, whether you believe it or not. And what happens is, the more you practice that, you'll get to a point where storms will just keep coming, because they gonna keep coming. It'll never be a day where it don't come. As long as you living, you're gonna face a storm. You know what I'm saying? But you'll learn, the more that you practice this, the more you'll get to a point where it's like you be more calm when a storm comes. You know what I mean? Like, it no longer affects you, or you don't never, it no longer makes you tense up like it used to, and, make you want to lose your mind like it used to, or make you feel like the world is ending like it used to. You'll get to a point where a storm will come about and you just like, oh, you know what I'm saying? Well, I can only do what I can. And after that, it's going to work out in the way that it's supposed to. You feel me? But you got to understand how much power you really have. You really have that much power, whether you believe it or not. And if you just, take the time, think about it. Think about the storm you might be going through right now. And understand that you don't have to allow it to have that much power and authority over your life. Because a lot of times, what we dealing with, what we going through, only becomes that deep because we make it that deep. You see what I'm saying? A lot of times it's just frustration and irritation because you're like, damn, here comes something else I got to deal with. But it's like, do we really have to deal with it? You know what I'm saying? Some things it's some things that you have to do on your end, but for the most part, do we really have to deal with it? Think about that. Do you really have to deal with that? Or is it because of your irritation or your frustration, or you just been dealing, you got a lot on your plate, and everything else around you at the moment seem to be all screwed up, like, so you just like, damn, here comes something else. Is it because of those other things that's causing you to feel like you got to deal with this, or do you really have to deal with it? Because from my experiences, when I think back over everything that I stressed about, all the other storms that I've, got through in my life, I made it a big deal. It was me. Being in my feelings, like I be telling y'all, our emotions, it's about, having the emotional intelligence, and that takes time. That takes a lifetime, in my opinion. I could be wrong, but in my opinion, it takes a lifetime to gain that, and to, begin to master that. Because we so quick to look at shit, and then the immediate feeling we have, we just run with it. Something pissed you off, so you run with it. Something made you, you frustrated, so you just run with it. Instead of really thinking about, our storms and what we're dealing with, and really, analyzing the whole situation. Like, is it even really that deep? And understanding that you give life, whether it's good or bad, you give life to your storm. But you do have more than enough power to speak against your storm. One thing that I learned in my spiritual walk is that I have enough power to command things. It's no longer me asking or begging or pleading. I'm commanding that this situation goes away. I'm commanding that it works itself out. I command that I'm going to get through this shit. I command that it's not going to stall me. I command that I'm able to still put one foot in front of the other as I face this. That's how much power you got. And once you get over, as you're thinking about this, you're like, what? Like, what's she talking about? Once you get over that and you really think about what I'm saying, think about what I'm saying. And then you start trying it for yourself, you'll see what I'm talking about. You have enough power to give your storm life in a negative way, or to give it life in a positive way. The choice is yours.